Welcome, viewers. What is happening in China? Currently, we are seeing a lot of footages and videos surfacing on social media where people uh, are lying on the floors of hospitals. Hospitals are overwhelmed. We can see patient sharing beds. And these are all the visuals that are coming from China, which has been under very strict COVID lockdown and COVID restriction for last 3 years. And now it is being talked that probably those strict measures were something that insulated China from the global mayhem that we witnessed in the wake of COVID pandemic, where people in numbers of lakhs died across the globe, and many tens of lakhs got in the hospitals for treatment. We saw the waves, multiple waves in India also were very horrible and very terror inducing. But somehow China had managed COVID so far very well. But in the recent weeks, we have seen increasing protests happening across China, where people exhausted from zero COVID policy of the current government were demanding that the restrictive measures and the lockdown should be lifted. And after series of protests, we believe, and a lot of people's pressure, authorities across China have started easing up on the lockdown. And but unfortunately, now we are witnessing how the insulated Chinese population are now getting increasingly uh, close to having a wave of COVID pandemic, which is now being talked about, as experts are also saying that almost three waves are certain to go there in the last 3 to 4 months in China. And now, when like just now, when the Chinese cities are being open, the next 2 to 3 weeks are going to be very crucial because people have started traveling. They started mingling, and this is a time when COVID infection spreads across. Uh, Also, 21st of January is a Chinese lunar festival where most of the people try to go to their relatives and meet friends and celebrate in a gathering, and that will be the time probably when China will be witnessing its major wave or major COVID crisis, which is in waiting. How the country is going to face it remains a question because so far it looks like, though the country claims that almost 90% of its population has been vaccinated, but talking about elderly population, which are at much risk of being infected from this pandemic, and which are also at risk of being severely ill. Almost only around 50% of elderly population, or a population which is around 80 years of age, has been given booster dose. So there are a large number of people who are at risk of being severely ill, and Chinese hospitals and Chinese authorities are probably trying to do as much as they can in the limited space of time that they have in the for the next few months. New hospitals are coming up, new health infrastructure, new COVID treatment facilities are being created so that in case of a number of people rushing towards hospital, they could be given treatment. China is also important for the global economy. Not only that, China has one of the highest GDP around the globe, and China is one of the largest economy, and China is emerging global manufacturing hub, or various key components of various manufacturing industries arrive from China to respective destination across the globe. But also, global supply chain disruption that we have witnessed in the last 3 years has impacted various industries, manufacturing industry, food industry, supply chain of multiple electronic component parts across the globe. They have been impacted with it, and uh, probably industries across the globe don't have that much of patience or that much of strength to bear another meltdown sort when if Chinese economy or Chinese population or the whole China's social and economic situation goes into another restrictive or another crisis hit situation in the wake of COVID pandemic that we are witnessing right now. So we'll have to see how Chinese authorities deal with the situation. But the footages that are coming from China are really very scary. Hospitals bed, and authorities are trying to do as much. We'll have to see how the world reacts to China, and how the impact of the latest COVID surge that we are witnessing in China, when the world is almost going back to normalcy, will have its ripple effect across the globe in terms of social, political, and economic challenges that the world is going to face.